What is up, YouTube? Happy Shocktober. This month we celebrate Halloween, and in celebration of this great holiday I decided to do a survival horror themed game. I chose The Thing. I love both the movie and back in the day we did play the game a lot on the original Xbox, which I'm going to be playing on it today. The game is pretty fun and the movie's even better, so let's just get into it. The Thing is a 2002 third-person shooter survival horror game developed by Computer Artworks and co-published by Universal Interactive and Konami. It was released on the Windows, Xbox, and the PlayStation 2. The game sets off as a sequel to the John Carpenter's 1982 film of the same name. The story on this one focuses on Captain Blake, a member of the U.S. Special Forces team sent here to basically find out what happened to the original research team. Like many third-person shooters, the original player has the ability to use many different weapons, including pistols, shotguns, assault rifles, and my favorite, flamethrowers. You also have the option to use various different items like grenades, fire extinguishers, flashlights, flares, and more. Besides those items, the game has a sweet little squad AI that you can use. The squad that you come with can be three different types. You have a soldier, an engineer, and a medic. Each one has special traits to use. The soldier is better at shooting and it can easily take out enemies. The engineer, of course, would go around and fix fuse boxes, doors that wouldn't open, and save points that were not activated. And the medic, well, the medic heals. They have a source of unlimited health packs, and they heal whenever they can. The enemies in the game are your basic run-of-the-mill types too. You have a scuttler, which is a small, fast type that runs around and attacks in basically hordes and packs of them. Besides that, you also have the walkers, which are a larger, more powerful version of the scuttler and more humanoid. The special thing about these walkers are, in order to defeat them, you have to first start them on fire and then shoot them to death. Besides these two different types, all you have different than that is various bosses on different levels. The plot of the story is pretty basic. The game begins at U.S. Outpost 31, a short time after the events of the film. Two teams of U.S. Special Forces have arrived to investigate the U.S. camp and the nearby Norwegian camp. Captain J.F. Blake is the leader of the Bravo team, who are investigating the U.S. camp, while Alpha team, under the command of Captain Pierce, investigate the Norwegian camp. While investigating Outpost 31, Bravo team soon discovers the small spacecraft made by the Blair Thing and a tape recorder with a message from R.J. McGrady describing how nobody trusts anybody anymore. They then find information detailing how the base has been infiltrated by an extraterrestrial life form that is capable of imitating the physical appearances and characteristics of any living organism it comes in contact with. Thanks to Wikipedia for that information. I won't go into any more details about the game story so I don't ruin it for anyone who would be interested in playing this game. Let's just say more things start to happen and you must stop them. The Thing received generally favorable reviews on all three platforms. Metacritic gave it around an average of 77 out of 100. What I liked about this game, I liked the squad-based mechanics. At first it was a little annoying having to take care of your squad. They would run out of ammo and you have to personally give them ammo that you'd find laying around. Besides that, you just gave them various different items and then they just kind of helped out where they could. I did find myself sometimes hiding behind stuff and letting the NPC soldiers take out some of the enemies. You could give them a flamethrower and they could easily start one of the things on fire, and then you could finish them off with an assault rifle. It's not a very long game, which I kind of liked. It was able to just sit down and play it. HowLongToBeatIt.com gave it an average of about 7.5 hours to complete, which was about as long as it took me. Lastly, for it being in the Arctic, they did come out with a cool cold system. If you are in the negative 40 degrees weather for too long, you will die. There's a nice little blue meter down there that would let you know when that time is coming, and it was very cool to see that and that they added something different than other games. Mostly there was a lot of cons. I didn't like how linear the game was. The game basically holds your hand the entire time, telling you where to go, and then just having basic map features. You'd be going from building to building, same old, and it got really boring fast. There was no change of scenery, and it was just a bunch of snow and, like I said, abandoned buildings. Graphics are a little below average too. You can see as some of the gameplay that the cutscenes and the game itself were about the same graphics overhaul. They didn't have any special ones for the cutscenes. You can see a lot more. There was some cool designs for the enemies I did like, but other than that, the squad easily got stuck in some spots too. I found myself having to go back and search for members that were missing, and they'd get stuck on either the door or the game itself would just mess up, and yeah, they'd just be gone. And also, one of the big things I didn't like about this is the dying in the game. There is no checkpoints. There is save points at certain parts in the levels, but if you do die at certain spots, you have to reload your save, otherwise you are basically done for right there. And then you have to redo the whole level, which became a pain in the butt if you invested a whole 20 minutes into this level and then ended up having to restart. Overall, I really enjoyed the game. There was a lot of cons of it, but that was probably outweighed by my nostalgic feeling from the game. We played it a lot when I was at a younger age, like I said earlier in this review talk. And I really enjoyed the film, so maybe all this just kind of made me enjoy the game a little bit more. It does have a very good story, and some of the mechanics like the squad based stuff and the weapons were really cool. I hope you enjoyed this talk. Please stay tuned for future videos like this, and for the last few seconds of this review, enjoy the music by Rocksteady. Thank you.